This eye, we can see the same thing, okay? Heavy limb stagnation. The yellowish color, on the brown is subacute limb stagnation. The bowels are to the chronic side as well. The small intestines, ascending colon, the transverse colon, and the descending colon here, all to chronic side and ballooned or enlarged, okay? So again, weak parathyroid, and also chronic bowels. So we need to clean the bowels, the GI cleaner and the herbs for the bowels. You can also see the nerve rings around the eye again. Those rings, like the rings in a tree of a trunk, okay, indicates weak nervous system again. So it seems that you probably have anxiety, panic attacks, potential, and weak nervous system function. It controls breathing. It controls, any automatic movement, like your heart as well. Okay, so this needs to be addressed. You have weak adrenals. Perhaps use an adrenal tincture and adrenal glandular to address this. This eye also has a cholesterol ring. See that purple hue around the eye? That's cholesterol, okay? And there's also cholesterol in the actual pupil, potential cataract, okay? See that purple hue? The dark ring around the pupil, that's the malabsorption ring, indicates you're not absorbing nutrients properly due to the small intestines being blocked, mucous plaque. Right here is the pituitary gland region. You can see it's quite heavy with lymph, okay? It's to the chronic side. We need to detox that. If you look closely right here, this is the mastoid, medulla, and cerebellum region, all heavy with lymph, and move it to the chronic side. This again affects balancing, equilibrium, and communication between the brain and the rest of the body. So we need to use the brain of 2 tincture. We need to clean the brain and head section out of mucus. Right here is the neck region and the shoulder region beside, okay, also heavy with lymph. Right here is the heart section, okay. You can see it's very chronic, okay. This needs to be addressed. Use upper circulation tincture or heart tincture or cayenne pepper tincture to push blood flow there to address it, okay. This is the lower and upper lung region here, okay. It's quite congested with lymph as well. The thymus is also beside the heart. So all this is heavy lymph stagnation. Move to the chronic side. So we need to address this. Right here is the breast region, okay. You can see it's congested with lymph as well. This needs to be detoxed. All this section is the ribs and chest region, okay. All heavy lymph stagnation. You can see it's the yellow side. That's subacute lymph stagnation. Right here is a spleen, okay, and the diaphragm beside it, okay. You can see it's quite heavy with lymph. The spleen is what cleans the blood, so we need to make sure it's clean and address it with maybe a spleen tincture. Right here is the testes and ovary section. You can see it's quite congested with lymph as well. Okay, we need to push blood flow there to clean it up. Maybe use female reproductive formula. Right here is the pelvis region, the urethra, and the groin region. Okay, you can see all heavy with lymph stagnation, congestion. Right here is the left foot, knee, and thigh region, all heavy with lymph. You can see nerve rings going across them. Okay, so lower circulation tincture will do very well right here to push blood flow there. Right here, the adrenals. You can see it's the chronic side, and here is the kidneys. Okay, they are both weak, so I would use adrenal tincture and a kidney tincture to address this side. Weak kidneys, remember, will give you that thick yellowish brown color in your eye because that's lymph stagnation. The kidneys is what filters out the lymph system. The adrenals will give you the nerve rings, that, as you can see, going round and around the eye. And that affects automatic nerve movement and function. And also it affects the fact that the adrenals produce corticosteroids to fight inflammation. So when they are weak, you will have less inflammation ability to fight the inflammation. Okay, so we need to address that. Right here is the uterus and the vagina region, okay, or in the middle to be the prostate and penis region. You can see it's congested and it's to the chronic side. Use the female reproductive tincture and the lower circulation tincture. Right here is the bladder, and here's the lower back region. Here's the middle back region. Here's the upper back region, okay. You can see all heavy lymph stagnation, congestion. The spine runs right here as well, and you can see it's also congested with lymph. There's a nerve ring running across it. This indicates weak nervous function and heavy lymph stagnation there. Right here is the scapula region, the esophagus, and the voice box region, okay, or the throat. The entire section is full of lymph, or is congested with lymph. This needs to be cleaned up. Maybe you use a lung tea or a lung tincture to help you remove the mucus. Right here is the thyroid region. You can see it's the chronic side, okay, and beside it the parathyroid and the tonsils right here. All heavy lymph stagnation, congestion. The voice box is right here as well. So the entire throat section is full of lymph or heavy lymph congestion. Right here is the upper jaw, lower jaw, the nose, and the eye region, okay, all heavy with lymph stagnation. These are sinuses. We need to clean this up. Okay, use the neti pot with eucalyptus oil. You can chew a horseradish root to help break down the mucus. Anything you can do to clean up the sinuses, clean your ears, use ear candles. This is very heavy lymph stagnation congestion. The entire brain section here, as I mentioned before, is heavy with lymph. Here's the hair and scalp region, the very top part. You can see it's quite congested with lymph as well. As I mentioned, the bowels are enlarged, okay, or protruding. This is due to a weak parathyroid and also due to the foods that have been eaten in the past. So the bowels will need to be addressed. You can see it's the small intestines here, right here, it balloons out, okay, or is enlarged. And the transverse colon is chronic. And then the descending colon is also ballooned out as well. So a weak parathyroid and a bad diet will cause this, okay. You can also have reni solaris, as I mentioned, the fine lines leaching out of the pupil, leaching to every body part and gland, okay. This is toxins leaching out, so we need to address that as well. So use the GI cleaner, use the herbs for the bowel, like bowel 5, okay, to clean this all up. There's quite a bit of acidosis. See those red blood vessels? All this is acidosis, indicates high acidity in the body, in line with the cholesterol ring, the purple hue around the eye, indicates high acidosis. So 100% fruit diet. Try a 20 to 30 day dark grape only diet. It's fantastic to help you get a jump start in cleansing the body. And use the herbs, the Fab 5, the brain nerve 2, the upper circulation, the bowel herbs, the kidney and adrenal herbs, okay.